Welcome to Sunday Morning Quarterback with Jay Stockwell and Bob Frady.
Happy holidays, everyone. Welcome to Sunday Morning Quarterback. I am Jay Stockwell.
I'm Bob Frady.
And I am George Stockwell.
Happy holidays, boys. Everybody.
Happy snow day here in the upper Midwest, where the snow has come back with a vengeance.
We got the whole Christmas holiday to report on. Haven't been on the air since after the Iowa game. Took a nice little break. So much has changed in the world of Nebraska football. And we're going to cover it. We're going to cover this in 3 sections, Bob Frady. Which 3 are they?
Number 1, coaching changes and what it means for both teams. Number 2, portal entries for both teams and what it means for the game and the future of both teams. And number 3, the actual prediction of what we think might happen on New Year's Eve and why we're not going to Las Vegas to see it.
Well, we know what the
Which
reason
should
for
be
that is.
that's called foreshadowing. So
Yeah, we failed to get Commander-in-Chief House approval at Evolution.
I think that even if we had gotten it, we probably wouldn't have taken it. It's like the juice wasn't worth the squeeze on that one. So
yeah, if I wasn't having CES 5 days later, if I wasn't having
Las Vegas 2 weeks later, I'd be there. I'm sorry, I have to go stay at a really nice hotel in Las Vegas a week later, so Nebraska doesn't get my loyalty. Plus, George, George needs to get a haircut on that day. So
that's a haircut tomorrow.
It's a big special event. Okay, so part 1, coaching changes. The big news on the Utah side is that Kyle Whittingham, who was the Utah coach for 21 seasons, quit and is now the head coach at Michigan before the bowl game. So will not coach this game. Were you surprised by that, George?
I mean, 21 seasons and you don't even stick with your team for the bowl game. But then again, he's getting a fat check and he's going to one of the most storied programs in college football history. And they really need a coach like him after going through Sharon Moore, who was like insane with his big scandal. We'll not get into that. But Kyle Whittingham is extremely disciplined. He is.
So I heard that Sharon Moore moved to a new part of Michigan. He moved to Assistant Toucher, Michigan.
Say that again.
Assistant Toucher, Michigan.
Assistant Toucher.
It's up by the UP.
And the the University of Ohio coach too. Yeah.
Sorry, George, I interrupted.
No. Look, I've seen a few posts about Kyle Whittingham. He follows 5 women on Instagram, and they're all family members who are fully clothed. Unlike Sharon Moore, he is a very family-oriented man. He's extremely disciplined. He's what Michigan needs. You can't have a guy. I was kind of hoping that they would hire Biff Poggi because, as Uncle Bob says, like fat coaches are like they kind of rule the college football landscape from some people's perspective. So, but that didn't happen. Kyle Whittingham is a solid hire, and they're a pretty good team with their 15th in the country. Somehow they matched up against us in a bowl game. So it'll definitely be interesting. But I think that's a good hire for Michigan.
I think it's a great hire for Michigan. It's interesting though. He's 66 years old, signed a 5-year contract. And I didn't even know he wasn't happy. So who knows what's going on in the big time world of payola college football. Sure, that won't go against their cap. But how hard must it be to lose your head coach? Which will show, how much is the head coach and how much is really the assistants implementing a system.
Yeah.
So that's a big plus in Nebraska's favor. Now, on the Nebraska side of the ball,
hold on. I want to jump in on Whittingham. I think George is right. It's going to be a really disciplined hire for Michigan, which is exactly what they need right now. I mean, Sharon Moore was trading season tickets on OnlyFans. So, but I mean, you can't even make it up. So
Terrible.
And
What were you doing on OnlyFans that
No,
Sharon Moore was giving you tickets?
No. I brought this information to him. I'm not going to go into full detail, but he offered season tickets to OnlyFans models to take a gander as to what for.
You
So
make so much money. It's like
yeah.
OnlyFans isn't that expensive. It's not,
you can't make it up. You can't make it up. As I was saying.
So-
Anyway,
Well, listen, with given the internet, given how much shit we've made up this year on our podcast, you certainly can make it up. But whether it's true or not is a whole nother matter. I
think it's a great hire by Michigan, and I
Great.
think it's a great addition to the Big Ten. He's a man of few words. I watched his press conference, but you could just tell he's a grinder football coach, and I think he's going to bring just massive discipline and rigor and grit to that program, and they're going to be one of the toughest teams in the Big Ten, I think. So
It's going to take time, though. It's going to take time. It happens with new coaches, unless he's the next Kurt Signetti, but I don't think so.
Yeah, they kind of stunk last year, and they were really pretty good this year. So it'll be interesting to see how well it plays. The game has certainly changed, where people don't look for legacies of coaches; they look for how much money they can get, and maybe a little bit about the coach, and maybe a little bit about the school. But I think it's a great hire as well. I was like, wow, that's a home run hire, and that had to be in the works before, because you don't just negotiate this thing in 2 days.
It happened right out of the blue. Like it seemed like it did, but clearly there's been some behind the scenes. So
If Michigan could only keep their assistants as secret as they do this head coaching search, then we wouldn't know that their assistants are skimming social media profiles of attractive women across the U.S. So Michigan can keep a secret, just on the head coach level, not on the assistant coach level. So screw Michigan. I hope they lose every game.
yeah. I mean, you got the cheating scandal, and then you got this. It's like what the hell is going on over there,
It's
man?
like, how is a guy who's a pretty straight-laced guy, seems like a pretty straight-edge guy, gonna do in an environment that is less than straight edge? Institutionally, they put up with Harbaugh, they put up with Moore, they have assistants, doing all this stuff on social media profiles. It's like, it's not the cleanest program in the world. So how's it gonna work when the sheriff rides in? Is he really gonna be able to clean up Dodge, or will he become corrupted the way that the Michigan program is obviously so corrupted?
I mean, he's a 66-year-old head coach who's lived in probably the least corrupt state in terms of it's the most innocent state in the entire country. Like this guy's, I don't think anything's gonna happen to the Cowboys.
George,
From
you
Utah,
haven't
with
seen, what's that TV show with the Mormon swingers of Utah?
Good God.
Like,
I was when you think about Mormons, you think they've got I know this because we've been to Utah some, so 3 entire liquor stores in the whole state. They drink soda for a living. I mean, they don't do anything over there. He's not gonna, and it's not like Ann Arbor is Las Vegas, where
yeah,
University of Nebraska is going. I don't think that
the
any
secret lives of Mormon wives. That's yeah, check it out, baby. That's the culture that's coming to Michigan.
all right.
Yeah.
We're all agreed on Kyle Whittingham. Is
Okay, so now on the Nebraska side of the ball, multiple changes. No head coaching change, but John Butler and Terry Braden, the defensive line coach, gone.
Have we made new hires? I should be caught up on this, but have we made new hires yet for the DC spot and the D
I
line spot?
think that the guy from San Diego State, Rob Orich,
San
is the
Diego
new
State.
DC.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're still looking for a line coach, but Keep Wade comes in from
Wade,
offensive line
Georgia Tech.
because we keep bringing in these big boys and they don't develop, and so hopefully he gets the ability to really develop some kids. Also, Lonnie Teasley from South Carolina and Roy Manning on the defensive side. So it's been interesting. It's a short amount of time to make changes, but after the abysmal performance of the black shirts over the second half of the season against real competition, I think it's a good change.
Yeah. Hey, let's talk about like the transfer portal though, man.
Hold on a second. We got to
Oh,
get the
we
coaching reaction first. Jay,
coaching
you start
reaction.
this time. What do you think about these changes in coaches for Nebraska?
Impressed with how swiftly Rhule has acted. He's acting like a CEO. He's addressing shortfalls. He's getting good personnel. All of these should make a significant difference. Rhule himself has been over on the defensive line. I don't know if you noticed, but today at his press conference, he had his hat on backwards. That's a small nod to him coaching. And he actually said that he should have been doing this from the beginning. So it feels like real change, and I'm eager to see some evidence of it in the game on Wednesday.
George, any input?
I mean, look, I don't know a ton about Jeep Wade and San Diego State guy. I mean, it's gonna be like tough to tell. I don't think that we're gonna produce anything better in one game. With a few weeks of experience and a lot less of our star players, I think that a lot of it's gonna reflect into next year. So I have no expectations. But hey, if we get a win or specific parts of the newly implemented plays, if there's something that we see, then that could be very impressive if a coach comes in and turns that around with the backups in a week against a top 15 team in the country. You know what I mean?
To me, the coaching changes are noticeable for the one they did not make. My opinion is that Dana Holgorsen should have gone, but instead, Nebraska chose a system over personnel. Dylan Raiola, good quarterback, pocket passer. You can do all the Patrick Mahomes comparisons you want, but he's got Tom Brady's feet, and looks, and Patrick Mahomes looks. He's a pocket passer. Nebraska does not run a pocket passer offense. They run a variation of a spread offense with the mobile quarterback, and that's what Holgorsen wants to run. So who knows what happens behind the scene, but in front of the public, they chose the system over the personnel. Time will tell whether that's a good move or not, but maybe now they can recruit into that a little bit more, which leads us to number 2, the transfer portal.
Well, do you guys look? I think the biggest hole that we're gonna have to fill, looking into the future, is the quarterback. Are there any thoughts? Because I mean, some of the top guys, you got DJ Lagway, Florida. I don't think Dylan Ryle is gonna come back, but you never know.
He's Louisville.
He's going to Louisville. Is that confirmed or no?
It's a rumor.
It's the rumor. I've heard that. You've got Sam Leavitt, Brendan Sorsby, DJ Lagway, as I said. I mean, it's gonna be tough to find one of those big guys. I think if anything, we get lucky to get a Power 5 backup or a G5 transfer who maybe the JMU quarterback. I mean, there's a lot of options, but it's too early. Or we stick with Latif. I mean,
I'm shocked that Marcus Davila entered the portal. I'm like, if there's ever a situation where you can compete to be the quarterback, this is it. Now, who knows? Again, on the background, maybe they thought, you're not our guy, so go into the portal, because a lot of these kids are pushed into the portal, not necessarily chosen to go into the portal, because we don't see a role for you we don't see a swim lane for you to playing time. But if if any quarterback wanted a situation where they could compete to win, that's the place. That said, I think that hands down DJ Latif is the guy.
I've been watching the reporting coming out of Las Vegas. He looks sharp. I mean,
we've seen him have good moments. He can play well, and he's gonna have to really step up without Emmett Johnson. So
yeah.
Now that's said, he's only played 3 games, so he's still a freshman, still very inexperienced. But I think he looks. I'm actually somewhat optimistic about TJ in this game. Now he's going to get the defense that's going to be coming at him is really, really good. So he's gonna have to have the game of his life for this to even be close.
And sorry, go ahead, Uncle Bob.
The other thing is that there are kids sitting out for draft prep, like Emmett Johnson is sitting out for draft prep. But then on the Utah side, they've got some big losses. Spencer Fano is offensive tackle. Caleb Lomu, who I think I'm pronouncing these names correctly. Who knows?
Well, they get a lot of the Islander guys. Wants to come down to BYU and Utah. That's
two of their starting offensive tackles are out for this game, and Logan Fano is their defensive end. He's out for this game. So it's a lot of there's a lot of players who played in the last regular season game who won't be playing in this game, which really throws things into flux. Now, all that said, can't wait to see what happens January 2nd. But until then, we've got a game to play, which leads us to number 3.
Whoa. There's a couple. You're missing a few guys on the defensive end for Nebraska. We've got Desan McCullough, one of our biggest edge rushers. He's not going to be playing. Malcolm Hartzog.
He's draft prep, right?
Malcolm Hartzog hit the portal. Donovan Jones might have. That could be completely wrong. He might have. But I know Malcolm Hartzog, who had the game-winning interception versus Cincinnati game 1, got hurt, was out for the year. So we're going to be missing some guys on the defensive end. And I mean, I do like the hires, not the people, but where the hires are. It seems to be building around the quarterback. We've got new DC, but then we've got the offensive line coach, which really needed help. I think that Rhule could have done a lot better with a better line. So we'll see what happens. But let's get into game predictions. Why not?
Part 3, the game. George, you win the coin flip. Mentally flip the coin. What are you thinking?
Look, I mean, we get a lot of talks about Big 12 and the ACC not being as good as the SEC and the Big 10. I'm really excited to see what happens, but I don't think Nebraska is going to win this one. We're so low on our numbers. Our best player, Emmett Johnson, like our best player by far, is not going to be playing. We're going to be relying on a lot of really young guys. And it's going to be with a lot of new coaching changes, a lot of starters out. So I think we're going to lose. I think it's going to be about 30-10, 30-17 around there. I have no expectations. So if we get a win, it would be our first ranked win in over 30 games. It would be an awesome win. But I don't think we're going to win. So yeah.
Commander, what are you thinking?
In the final 2 games of the season, we gave up 444 yards on the ground and 8 rushing touchdowns. And that is just going to have to be shored up if we're going to have any kind of a chance in this game. So, yeah, I don't see it either. It's not, I was reading today, it's not that often where you have more than a 2 touchdown spread in a bowl game, because the bowl games are generally a bit more competitive, based on how they try to match them up. But I just think there's too many moving parts. But it would, it's an opportunity. The one thing that gives me some level of hope is just how good Latif looks, and what I'm hearing about how his prep, and he's full speed back from the hamstring injury. And he give us a ray of hope. And I agree with your comments, Bob, about choosing the system over the player. TJ fits well into the Holgorsen model. And I think we could start to see what it could really look like on Wednesday.
Yeah, I don't think that that's a winning model for the Big Ten. I don't. And so we'll have another OC change probably next year, and a tough year next year.
Why do you say that? Too much passing? Too much passing?
It's not enough. Listen, you have to be able to run the ball. And they finally decided to run the ball. You have to have a controlled passing game with a high degree of involvement from the tight end, because it's so windy that long throws are really difficult. And it's cold, and catching the ball in the snow is hard, so all of those things together, but especially the wind doesn't lend itself to this fancy, take 10 seconds to get open, game, or otherwise run for your life game plan. It's a mid-major game plan designed to build upon athletes who are good but not great. The Big Ten is full of great athletes who will punch you straight in the mouth if they have the opportunity to. Because look at all of the great Big Ten teams; none of them have a running quarterback. Oregon, Dante Moore runs occasionally, not a running quarterback. Ohio State, they can run occasionally, but they have great pass catchers, so they throw the ball a ton. Indiana, not really a running quarterback, although he can run. It's like Illinois, go down the list. Iowa, go down the list. All these teams play smash mouth football for a reason, is because it's what wins in the Big Ten. So
Exactly.
you choose this system. Good luck. Good luck. I think that Nebraska is going to get pounded this game. I think it'll be a 21-point spread. I think it's 38-17. I have zero idea why they picked this game.
Yeah.
It's like
I don't know what the hell.
you have a choice of which bowl game. You don't have to say yes to everybody. You're 7-5 and you want to take on a team that's 10-2 because you want to prove something. What, that you can get embarrassed on national TV? Now, God bless them. I hope they pull off a miracle.
Fair case, but the bowl case is like, look, it's a top 15 team and it's an opportunity to make a statement. And it's
Jay, I predicted 11-1 before the season. I don't get much more bowl than that. I've had my bowl handed to me painfully for the last 3 seasons we've been doing this friggin' podcast.
But let's talk about the running back committee. Mosey, Nelson. Who's the third guy, George?
We don't even have a third guy that we've played.
Williams. Yeah.
Kenneth Williams, yeah. I mean, dude, no, I got to be honest, though. I agree with Uncle Bob, but the Dana Holgorsen offense is so weak. He ran the ball, which you should do when you have a top 3 running back in the country, but you've got like 3 different pass plays. You've got a play action pass for a deep route. You've got a bubble screen, and I mean, you have nothing, and it's really stupid when you rely heavily on screen plays and trick plays, play actions. You need a good O-line to develop these play action passes. I mean, run a drag route, run a tight end screen. I mean, you've got a top 5 tight end in the Big Ten, and he gets 1 catch a game if he's lucky. I mean, he goes to Michigan, he goes to Texas A&M, a team where they heavily rely on their tight end, and that guy is a first-round draft pick. I'm not joking.
Yep.
And I think that you talking about the system, Dylan Raiola is a pocket passer. You know what I mean? He goes to a school where they rely more on the pocket passing and not as much on this mobile, like, trick play West Coast stuff. He would thrive. You know what I mean? But this does not work for Dylan Raiola, and that's why we have struggled all season. I mean,
I think
I'm tired.
Dylan Raiolo does have some decision-making issues. Like, just get rid of the ball.
But still, I mean, there's major flaws in the offensive scheme.
I still have nightmares about the 9 sacks at the Minnesota game.
Oh my God, that was the worst. Like, I didn't eat a single hot dog that game because I was my heart was like slowly. It felt like I was dying almost, if that makes sense. Like, it was like so hard to watch. Oh my God,
they didn't even have a wheel route until 2 games left in the season.
Yeah.
It's like, come on, what are you doing? If I was a tight end, I said this before, if I was a tight end prospect, I would not go to Nebraska unless they were paying me more than somebody else, because you don't throw me the ball.
Yeah.
How many completions to tight ends have they had this year? Like maybe 20?
Not that many. Yeah.
It's like and outside of, Carter Nelson caught one with 30 seconds left in the game against Iowa. It's so I think it's a beating, and
but Uncle Bob, think about the success rate when Luke Lindenmeyer is actually getting the ball passed to him. Think about it. It's a 15-yard catch every time. You haven't seen a lot of drop passes from him because it works.
No.
You know what I mean?
Plus, it's a 3-second route. The ball's out in 3 seconds.
Yeah, exactly. And Latif is a good enough player. But hey, let's get past this Dana Holgorsen crap. Commander, you have something to say?
I think Ja'Cory Barney Jr., TJ Latif, and Kenneth Williams are going to have standout game. I think our special teams are going to play really well, and I think it's going to be closer than where you guys are. I think it's going to be 35-28.
Dude, you're drinking too much Rhule, dude.
I'm going to be sitting in the Stockwell basement with you going, "What are you talking about? 38-21 there, Bob Fraley." And I look forward to that moment. It'd be glorious when it happens.
Yeah.
The game is at 2:30 on Wednesday, right?
Oh, it's an afternoon game, so we can start day drinking. Ooh, beautiful. We're gonna need it. No, don't cut it out, because we're gonna need it.
You're gonna need it. Yeah, you guys are gonna need it.
We're gonna need it.
Coca-Cola.
Yeah, George get all hyped up on Coca-Cola. So the limit for George and Cokes is 3 little ones, because
maybe
if
I'm feeling risky, I'll have a couple Monster Energies or something. Just get
spins like a top. So
Good news is
All right.
you'll have a haircut for the game. That'll be great.
Yeah, you're funny, dude. I mean,
He'll-
you're
He'll be
funny.
aerodynamic, which is always lovely. All right. I am so bummed that they chose this game. It's like you could have taken a different bowl game with a team that wasn't 10-2 and ranked in the top
Why did they
15.
put us
Right,
against
fire
like
the
a?
Pop-Tarts ball, Bob.
You should have put us against like an 8-4 like MAC team or something, so that like I don't get the Utah like, dude. I mean, the Pinstripe Bowl, which was what we were in last year, was Penn State and Clemson. Those teams both have worse records than us. That game is supposed to be worse teams, and they both would smoke us. I mean, there's a lot of
We want to play the best. It's like, okay,
Yeah.
all right,
it happens. We shouldn't be playing.
okay. Winning is a habit.
George, you were
And-
in holler in the Pop-Tarts Bowl. What happened at the end there?
Oh, so the Pop-Tarts Bowl is hilarious. So it was BYU Georgia Tech. BYU wins, but that's not the point. So they've got all these Pop-Tart guys, and the coach, they have this big like Hawaiian coach, one of the Simone guys. He's hilarious, and he's like, "I've been eating the Pop-Tarts all week, man." And then they put 3 of the Pop-Tart like mascots up on top of a massive toaster, and they put them down. And then a bunch of like edible Pop-Tarts come out. Obviously, it's like staged, but bunch of them come out, and then all the players just start eating the Pop-Tarts, and the coach grabs like a huge like multiple fistful of cookies and cream Pop-Tarts and just shoves it in his face. It was the funniest celebration I've ever seen of a bowl game ever. It was so great, dude. That's the best. But if we get into a Pop-Tarts bowl game in Orlando, Florida some year, we got to go to that. I just want to watch that. That's the best.
Hey, we should also comment on something we all did together. Watch the halftime show of which game was that, Bob?
The Vikings game, Snoop Dogg was great.
Yeah. That was maybe the best halftime show I've ever seen. That was awesome.
He is. Think about it. Snoop Dogg is literally everywhere.
Best halftime show you've ever. Come on now.
That was good.
You tell me it was better than Prince in the Rain at the Super Bowl? Come on.
No. But and then 2 days later, he has his own bowl game now, and there's a kickoff comes right towards him. He jumps in the end zone. It's completely illegal, and he catches the ball mid game. It was hilarious.
Yeah.
Snoop Dogg is the the pop culture person. You know what I mean? He's everywhere.
But shout out to Kellogg's for not just naming the bowl game, but actually making it participatory. That'd be fun. Like, what if all of these, like, what would Allstate do? Like, crash a car into a wall or something like that? That'd be so awesome. Like, it should be like, I think every sponsor should take a lesson from Pop-Tarts, because look at all this talk that they get about what's going on outside of the actual sponsorship. And like, there was a whole article on how they engineered the toaster kind of a thing.
Yeah,
And
it's great.
and they made it so the brand engaged with the people. And, all you marketing scholars out there, because I know we have at least, 30 of you who listen to this podcast. It's make it participatory. That was very cool.
But let's just acknowledge that maybe Pop-Tarts are potentially the worst thing you could ever feed your kid. Period.
Hey, listen, highly processed food, great. You just made them yummy for people. So,
Exactly.
that's the hurdle they had to overcome. It's highly processed. It's terrible for you. Yet now everyone's got Pop-Tarts on their lips in a way that they didn't before. That's marketing.
Exactly.
All right.
Take pass one at the article, Bob, and then I'll send it to you for cleanup. Sound
Yeah,
good?
you take it. And
No,
then
I'll start it and you're gonna finish it.
you're gonna have ChatGPT do it, and I'll have to take out all the spaces so people don't know that it's computer generated. And there'll be things like, there was a storm brewing on the plane,
Dad,
and the Huskers are sweeping into Vegas and
do you-
putting
do
all their
you-
money on 0-0.
Do you think any of our readers or listeners actually believe that you come up with this what was the name for this one, like Sin City Revenge or something like that?
Sin City Reckoning. Sin
Oh,
City.
yeah.
Reckoning.
I'll take the Whittingham Dynasty and the Crucible of the Cornhuskers. Yeah, because you came up with that all on your
Do
own.
you even know what crucible means? So I'm gonna give you a vocab test on this thing afterwards.
So Gemini 3 deep research is sick.
No,
Just
you know
remember,
where this was made, Uncle Bob? I was downstairs getting a drink, and he's sitting on the toilet, and he's like, "George, I just cooked up this PDF. I'm gonna send it to you for review."
Hey,
He didn't even get up and do it on his computer. It was all off the phone.
It's amazing because it's like the N stands for knowledge. Let's not get too fancy here. It's like use small words judiciously. And he's like, I'll take first pass at it because I've already done it. Like, thanks. Don't take any input from what we've discussed for last half hour here. Let's just go with the pre-canned version. So it's fine. Take your first version of it, and I'll make it readable for most people. One, you should add to your prompt, keep this at a Nebraska education level, and see how it changes the text. And we shouldn't say that with George going there next year.
I'm not going there. Come on now. I don't know yet. Hey, actually, I don't know. But I don't know yet. I haven't thought about it.
Nebraska's entry procedure was really cool. It's like, I'm George Stockwell. I'd like to apply. Hit the button. Done. It's pretty much it. It's like instant. Hit that button. You're in.
I think it's a great option. 14th ranked entrepreneurial school in the country. I think it's a great option. We'll have running a business while he's just like our friend in Colorado, George. You'll be starting a company while you're in college.
Window washing. Yeah, let's go.
Yeah, one unique thing you get there that you don't get in the rest of the world, though, you wake up and look at your dorm and you see people riding horses and cows on the dirt roads right outside. So something you don't get at any other college.
In Nebraska?
Yeah.
I didn't know they had dorms out in the field. You have to plow the back 40 before you can live there.
Okay, all right.
Good news.
We're giving Commander some heat. It's a great school. We love our Huskers. We always will.
Live on East Campus, but where the farmers are.
Good news, bad news. This is the cheapest apartment in town. Bad news. You got to start baling some hay there, Junior.
Oh, well, George already knows. I've already promised him incentives, like a car, a monthly stipend.
Okay, don't even know. Let's not get into all
I think, you know what? We need to get him an internship on that dairy farm that we visited. It's like, yeah, teach you the meaning of the word work. We'll give him his own sandals and everything.
But
sandals.
They have to commit to not having him show up before noon. So that's
yeah.
Oh, we went to a dairy farm, real dairy farm. The guy was wearing sandals. I'm like, all right.
He was in my fraternity.
There.
In Burbank. He was using my fraternity.
There you go. I was like, wow. Don't want to wear closed-toed shoes on a dairy farm? Yeah. And he's like, nope.
Hey, let's get into, we're yapping here. Let's get into the outro. How about that?
All right, Commander. Why don't you take us out since you're the most optimistic one of all of us?
Well, I'm excited about the bowl game. Oh, we haven't even mentioned the basketball team. 12-0.
That's because it's a football podcast.
I know.
And yes, we'll cover that when it comes to
for the Big Red, though.
Yes.
Hoiberg, we've fallen in love with Fred Hoiberg. All right,
you've sold out Tim Miles so hard, it's ridiculous.
We still love Coach Miles. We still love.
All right, take us out.
All right, here we are.
Go Big Red!
All right, boys. See you on Wednesday.